Hello everyone and welcome to week 3 on the 5by5craft server. We're here at Spawn today, and as you can see we have some lovely architecture here. Unfortunately this was all placed via MC Edit, which I kind of disapprove of, but it was placed by the admins back on day 1 so that Spawn wouldn't be a completely barren patch of dirt, which I kind of get. So anyway, we are here today because I am going to build a store inside the central ring. Nobody's done that yet, and I figure with the server now 3 weeks old, it's about time to get some commerce started. And here's the result. After more hours than I care to admit, we now have 2 new buildings in the ring outside of Spawn. First up, we have a new player free stuff kiosk with food, torches, beds, and tools. On the right, one of every type of crop to get people started with seeds for their own farms, though I see that I've missed cactus, which I'll have to add in later. We have a standard brewing stand, enchanting table, ender chest combo, more storage, and a fishing pond and potion water source. Next up, we have my store, which I admit that this gave me a lot of trouble. The server admins gave us these aesthetic guidelines we were supposed to follow with materials I don't usually use. Here's sample 1, here's sample 2, and as you can see they're mostly wood. I just don't usually build with wood. So this took some experimenting, but overall I think I like the result. It's a little more cramped than I'd prefer, but an experiment with new building materials, I'm pleased with the result. Stepping inside, we have a central platform with 2 sets of stairs. On the left, a pair of chests, and a nice little balcony window here. On the right, more chests and room for a window, but it's just dirt on the other side of that wall. After shopping, people drop their diamonds into this payment chest, and whatever's placed in here is siphoned through a hopper down into my private area on the lower floor, which is accessible via these secret stairs. Ha! But you didn't see those. Whatever payment is dropped above is now down here. I collect, and finally we have a simple little planter area visible from the street. And so there we go. I haven't stocked the place yet. I haven't finished decorating down here. I don't even know what I'm going to be selling yet, but that's my store. So anyone remember how I've been saying since episode 1 that I was going to build a pyramid? I think it's time that we actually start on that. I'm at my desert outpost, and as you can see I've expanded it a little bit, but we're not actually here to build anything, just to gather sandstone. I spent some time in creative, and it turns out that my plan is going to take a little over 7 stacks of the stuff. So I have a lot of mining to do, and just to give you an idea of how much, let's do a before and after time lapse. Here we are before, and here we are after. As you can see, the hill from a moment ago is now a great big hole in the ground down to smooth stone. Unfortunately, I didn't get as much sandstone this session as I would have liked, only about a double chest and a half worth, but this is the mining that we've done. Got a little pit here, another area started over here. I would keep going, but unfortunately I have accidentally destroyed my diamond shovel clearing out the sand, and I think it's my only enchanted shovel. So I'm going to have to go stop and do some enchanting, but this is a good start. And here we are back at my base. As you can see, things have pretty much not changed here very much. The pyramid that I have in mind is going to take a lot of separate building stages. It's going to take some terraforming and, well, a whole lot of filling this in, unless some of that can be used as interior space. Plus, this whole mountain has to go, though I think I'm going to wait on that until I have a beacon so I can insta-mine the smooth stone. The first step is going to be lighting up these roads. This actually is going to be the final look, 3 wide smooth stone half slabs, but I want them lit, which means digging them up, sticking jack-o'-lanterns underneath, and then putting the half slabs right back. So the idea here is that I'm simply clearing out all the dirt from underneath these roads and replacing it with jack-o'-lanterns on both sides, and the middle, and then we cover it back up with half slabs. The slabs stop mobs from spawning, but this setup gives us proper lighting without messy torches in the way. In fact, let's take out the torches now and see what it looks like. There we go. Here's the unlit section, and here is the lit section. Smooth natural lighting without torches. But base building will have to be put on hold for now because we have an end dragon to fight. 3 actually. 5by5craft is a mostly vanilla server, but CocoMix petitioned the mods and talked them into summoning an extra 2 dragons, which means more eggs, more exit portals, and more mayhem. As you can probably guess, I'm dubbing over this after the fact. Unfortunately, the recording didn't pick up anyone else's voices over TeamSpeak very well. But we actually did have 12 people show up for the fight. As you can see, it's quite a long list of names, but all I got in the recording was me talking to myself on unintelligible mumbles from everyone else. I'll have to fix that at some point because I would definitely like to get in some collaboration with other 5by5 crafters if I can, but for now let's just give shoutouts to Dar, Maxtier, CocoMix, Natcirc. They were all in chat with me. Also Brew Professor, thank you for hosting the TeamSpeak server for us. Ba-da-dum bum bum. Ba-da-dum bum bum bum. Ba-da-dum bum bum. Time to kill dragons. So when we showed up in this little box completely encased in endstone, I completely thought we were all going to die right there on the platform. I didn't even have a pick with me, but somebody dug us out and we got to the surface before the dragons found us. If all three had been attacking while we'd been in there, we'd have been stuck spamming ourselves like lemmings, digging a couple blocks, then dying and coming back a bunch of times just to get out. Fortunately, that didn't happen. Now, generally when I've done end fights, everyone takes out the ender crystals on the short pillars, and then it's the 2 or 3 super tall ones that no one can hit. So first thing, I charged over to the tallest tower I could find, and I pillared right up. As long as a dragon doesn't knock you off, it's way more reliable than shooting arrows. Though I actually did get nicked by a dragon right here at the top, though he somehow didn't knock me off. Bam! Right there. So the way to do this is to build a couple blocks away from the ender crystal and shoot it from a couple blocks away with an arrow. Otherwise the explosion you see right there will knock you off. I learned that the hard way by hitting one with a sword once. Don't do that. After the crystals were all gone, the fight itself actually wasn't that difficult. I'm used to playing on hard mode, and on hard, if you're on iron armor, 2 hits from a dragon and you're dead. On normal, the dragons were only doing 1.5 hearts of damage. Even if you do get hit twice by that, by the second hit you've already regenerated the damage from the first. And since they veer off from their swooping attacks whenever they're hit, with 12 of us pelting with arrows, they just weren't able to hit us very much. The Endermen were the only real threat, and I saw a moment ago in chat Tommy Lava commenting to that. I think if I were to do this fight again, rather than adding more dragons, I'd bump up the server difficulty even if just temporarily to hard. It's way more difficult. Adding more dragons didn't make the fight any harder, it really just made the fight last longer. But on the bright side, 3 dragons does mean 3 eggs, which everyone was very happy for. As you can see behind this friendly Enderman here, that is the final dragon meeting with an arrowy, doomy death. Congratulations to Maxtier for landing the final blow. Also, thanks to Coco Mix for generously donating the egg he picked up. Just as soon as I have that pyramid up, I'll be sure to put it up on a nice looking display. But sadly, that is all we have time for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a comment and let me know. If you've really enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing. YouTube has subscriber milestones, and if we can get to 50, this channel gets its own easy-to-remember URL rather than a random gibberish ID it has right now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Pirotess, signing off.